Sometimes horror comes with an everyday event, and perhaps it just happens at that moment when you were never expecting it. But who expects horror anyways? Sit tight and enjoy the thrill that starts in 3, 2, 1. Some of the creepiest ghost stories always seem to have that gory beginning when things just aren't what they seem to be anymore. Watch this clip of the story of the stripped ghost man.
Creepiest ghost stories that turned out to be true. I was about 7 years old, my brother about 10. It was well past our bedtime when our mom woke up off the couch to put us to bed. Our dad worked construction out of town back then, so it was often just us three at the house for weeks at a time. Up the stairs and to the immediate right was our parents' bedroom. Going left put you in the middle of a hallway. Taking another left down that hallway led to my brother's room. The opposite end was my room, which was also across the hall from our upstairs bathroom. At either end of the hallway are window doors we always kept locked and rarely used. The door on my end led to a balcony overlooking our front yard, and the door on my brother's end opened to our back porch. The house kinda leans into a small hill. My brother and mom both had a habit of waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. I only knew this because I was always a light sleeper and they just couldn't help flushing with the door wide open. This night, however, my brother stopped on his way to his room and came back towards the bathroom. I'm gonna try to pee before I go to bed. The past few nights I've been too afraid to walk to the bathroom. I keep seeing a man wearing stripes at the end of the hallway. I don't know if my mom wrote it off as my brother telling ghost stories to try to scare me or if she was already half asleep and didn't catch it, but she didn't react at all to my brother's confession. I, on the other hand, was terrified by it. The fear of seeing a ghost like that at the end of the hallway or through the windows is the reason I started running from the stairs to my bedroom at night. Follow so you don't miss part 2.
Cemeteries are for the dead, and if you are a believer in the spiritual, vengeful ghosts. So, nothing prepares these guys for the horror they are about to witness in this cemetery.
Disturbing rituals caught on camera. In this 2021 footage, two friends are in the middle of a cemetery exploration at night in Mexico. They start by observing the tombstones when suddenly, one of them notices something odd in the distance. As the camera focuses, the guys notice a group of people wearing cloaks around a big fire, performing some kind of strange ritual. The explorers keep observing the ritual, but unfortunately for them, one of the men notices their presence, and the whole congregation begins to chase the explorers through the cemetery.
Whether it be a case of roadside robbery or a serial killer who was out for the kill, this man doesn't take any chances in finding out, and perhaps the reason he lived enough to tell the tale.
Disturbing things caught on dashcam. In this 2014 dashcam footage, a man is driving his car in the middle of the night through a very dark road. The driver proceeds down the highway with everything going on as expected when suddenly, an odd and suspicious roadblock can be seen ahead, only consisting of 2 traffic cones and a single parked car. A mysterious man then exits the car and attempts to flag down the driver. Distrustful, the driver slows down but quickly speeds up again, as he notices the unknown man attempting to reach something in his pocket.
Coming back inside your apartment after getting your mail is as uneventful as brushing your teeth, right? This is not the case for this Reddit user though. What she experienced is enough to make strong men quake in fear.
Imagine coming home only to find somebody hiding in it. Reddit user Myra shared her terrifying experience to Let's Not Meet. When she was 21, she was in the process of moving into her first apartment. While on the phone with her boyfriend, she went to check the mail, her apartment door automatically locking behind her. Once she returned to her apartment, she sat on her bed to open up her mail. She was still talking to her boyfriend when she accidentally dropped her phone and it landed under her bed. She laid down and stretched her arm under her bed to grab her phone. That's when something caught her eye. There was somebody hiding under her bed. He was lying still with his back towards her and his head in his chest, so she couldn't see his face. She choked back the urge to scream and slowly backed away without him seeing her. She told her boyfriend, "Sorry, I dropped my phone. I'm gonna go take a shower and I'll call you back." She walked to her bathroom, closed the door and locked it, turned the shower on, and then climbed out her window. She called the police and they told her to wait somewhere safely nearby. She patiently waited for the police, and when they arrived, she gave them the keys to her apartment. Moments later, the police came out with a thin man with crazy eyes. The police told her the man was waiting outside her bathroom door with one of her kitchen knives, waiting for her to come out. He had somehow gotten through her entry door while she was getting mail and then hid under her bed. The man, who was homeless, was placed inside a mental hospital, and her boyfriend moved in with her the very next day.
Here is one good horror story on why you shouldn't doubt your kids. It's certainly not a good thing that the poor boy's body ends up mutilated though.
You guys remember the scary story, The Creature in the Cellar? The story goes like this. There was a little boy named Tommy who was so utterly terrified of his basement. Anytime he was in the kitchen near the cellar door, he would scream and cry and kick and just want to leave. His parents decided to take him to see a therapist. When they asked Tommy why he was so scared of the basement, he just said that he always felt like there was a creature down there trying to get him. Tommy's dad said, "That's impossible. I go in the basement every day. I know that there's nothing down there." The doctor then told Tommy's parents to give him exposure therapy, which they basically said make him sit in front of the cellar door alone until he's not scared anymore. So that night, when it got dark outside, Tommy's dad nailed the basement door open, turned off all the lights and lit a single candle, placed it on the kitchen table, and made Tommy sit in the kitchen alone in front of the basement door. That night, they went to check on Tommy in the kitchen and found that he had been mutilated and unalived. Nobody ever knew exactly what happened to Tommy, but it's safe to assume that he was attacked by whatever he saw living in the cellar.
You could be sleeping unconscious in your room and you wouldn't know the dangers that could have been. It's a great relief that no one was hurt though.
Creepiest home camera of footage PT point to 1.
No one could have expected that an armed man could come into a TV station, appear at the live casting of news, and make the anchor read out some gibberish he handed him.
Scary moments caught on live TV. On the 20th of August 1987, a man walked onto the set of KNBC News with a fake gun and forced the news anchor to read a message about CIA conspiracy theories and aliens on live TV.
Pardon me? What is this? Let me see what it says. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You know, it was like the Twilight Zone. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I didn't realize. I said to myself, this is not really happening to me.
You'd be having a merry day and trying to fix yourself to a juice pack till you realize that even though you stay alone, you are not alone. Do you chase after the intruder or run as fast as you can through the doors?
Gonna get some juice first. Gotta get some juice for the movie. Gonna get some juice. Orange juice. Give me this orange juice. Gonna get some popcorn. Okay. Hello? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Oh, no, 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 no.
When the USS Eldridge was made to pass through experiments that would make it invisible to radar, no one ever thought that the unidentified side effects would be time travel.
Did this USS Eldridge teleport over the sea? In 1943, the U.S. Navy conducted a secret experiment in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard aimed at making the USS Eldridge invisible to radar. According to the legend, the experiment was a success, but it had a number of unintended side effects, including teleportation and time travel. Many people claim to have witnessed the experiment, and some even say that they were on board the USS Eldridge during the test. They describe the ship disappearing and reappearing in different locations, as well as crew members being fused into the metal of the ship. The U.S. Navy has denied any involvement in such an experiment, and the technology necessary to make a ship invisible to radar did not exist in 1943. However, there was a real-life experiment in 1943, known as Project Rainbow, that was carried out at the Philadelphia Naval Yard. The project was aimed at developing radar-absorbing materials in order to reduce the visibility of ships to enemy radar during World War II. So,
how this guy manages to keep his body very still for more than 5 hours of excruciating interrogation almost seems too supernatural to be real.
These are videos humans were never meant to see, part 6. This man, whose name is Stephen McDaniel, is a confessed killer who was getting interrogated. And during the whole 2-hour interrogation, he kept his body disturbingly still. This video is extremely disturbing and just straight up weird.
There are so many ways by which a person can die, but when one person dies after being crushed in her motor by a sign, it gives suspicious activities of the supernatural.
These are the worst ways people have ever died. A 72-year-old Kentucky woman died after a Denny's sign crushed her car. She was just sitting there when suddenly the big massive sign fell onto her car, completely crushing her and killing her. Denny's is completely aware of the situation, and they have no response to why this even happened. Getting crushed to death by a Denny's sign has to be one of the weirdest ways somebody has ever died.
Which of these videos are your creepiest stories yet? Let us know in the comment section below.